Hello and welcome. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Spartan here, and we are wanting to play Icarus, guys. I was gonna do a just to give a cap on Icarus. So they've put out open world. So they have an open world now with Icarus, so you don't have to do missions. But the open world does have missions and stuff. But what this is going to be about is mainly the so there's a lot of new players that are either returning back to Icarus or starting to play Icarus, which is awesome. This is a great game. They've done a lot of work with it. Pretty much updates every week, which is really cool of the devs. But anyway, I wanted to talk about your first couple of levels, and so we will go ahead and go into. Well, not. I'll create a new. Yeah, let me create a new character real quick. We like that suit, and we will name it. Based off of my Valheim character. So, but yeah, I just wanted to show y'all the tech tree and what y'all should be trying to do right off the bat. So you get 3 points every level. My suggestion would be to unlock the stone knife and the bow and stone arrows. So the bow in this game is going to be your pretty much main source of weapon damage. I mean the bow is pretty much like the pinnacle of weapons. So the first 3 points, that's what I would do, because you need the knife to skin animals and then the bow to shoot the animals. So that's usually what I would do the first couple of levels. Next would be probably the campfire and bedroll, maybe even the basic bandage, and then the third level probably the wood torch, and then also I want to say don't even bother doing thatch. Thatch, because of the storms on Icarus, thatch just gets destroyed pretty much immediately, so I wouldn't even bother with that. A lot of them I would save till you hit level 5, because then at level 5 you can get the bone knife and the bone sickle, and then you can also get the bone arrows. And then pretty much I would just save your points. You can unlock some of the armor, maybe the cloth armor just starting out. The cloth armor is not terrible. It is really good in the desert biome, so you will eventually need to unlock it if you do venture into the desert. And then the suture kits would be something to unlock as well. Level 5, you definitely want to unlock the wood structure, and that's when you can start building your house. You definitely need this for the wood structure. You need to place a wooden beam so you can place a wood floor on top, and then you have the wood walls. These are for making the roof pieces, which is pretty good. The wood door, and this is for a triangle piece of wood for the roof. So these ones over here I don't bother with, these 4, just because they're not really needed. But the wood roof, the corner roof piece, definitely the wood door and all that. I don't usually get the wood window right off the bat. I usually, if I have an extra point to spend, I'll get it. But if not, I'll usually try to wait and get to tier 2 as quickly as possible. So, like I said, and this is when a lot of stuff gets unlocked where you can actually start mining the ores. Of course, you can mine the ores beforehand to help you get the levels to level 10, but level 10 is when you get the workbench. So the workbench is is by far one of the best ones. Real quick, let me go back to tier 1 and talk about the oxidizer. I would not bother with this oxidizer because it's not worth it. Just mining the oxide and putting it in your oxygen slot is good enough until you can get to tier 2 where you can get the oxide dissolver and the oxygen bladders. Those will probably be definitely things to get right off the bat. And like I said, if you were saving points beforehand, you'll have a ton of points to spend. So this is going to give you more yield than the stone pickaxe. If you can see, I think the stone pickaxe is only 115% yield, and the iron is 125. Just like it goes up even more to when you upgrade to steel. But of course, steel is not to level 20, so we won't talk about that. Water skin's not bad. You need water skin for cooking. So that's also good to get. Maybe not till level 12 or something, maybe to unlock it. Definitely need the stone furnace. And then the cooking station and the potbelly stove are definitely some two things to do. Because they will give you a lot better food buffs than just the cooked meat and the berries or any type of vegetables you find. Cooked vegetables. But the short range radio and the orbital exchange interface, that's really more for later exotics if you can find them. This is what's going to give you missions in the open world. So this is definitely something to get right close to the right off the bat, just so you can start doing missions and receive rewards and whatnot for doing missions. A lot of the other stuff is kind of self-explanatory. You'll need the mortar and pestle eventually. It's definitely one thing that I would get, and then crushed bone, and then epoxy. So you'll start needing epoxy for some of the tools, and then I think that's about it for getting to level 15. I mean, you can see that eventually, with the textiles bench, you can get the fur armor for going into the cold biome. Leather just for different other things. They do have a backpack over here you can make, which is pretty cool. Definitely worth making as well. And then at level 15 is when you can start making stone. Now the stone is really good. You definitely want to upgrade your wood building to stone because stone can withstand any of the storms on Icarus. So you definitely want to upgrade to stone as quickly as possible, just so you don't have to, you can start leaving your base and not have to worry about it getting damaged during storms. So that would be the push to get to level 15 to unlock stone. As you can see, that it does require a lot of nails, so you're definitely going to have to be farming iron because all of these stone pieces require nails. So it is pretty costly to get here and to upgrade your building, especially if you're doing a big build in the open world. And you will have to do a big building, unfortunately, to include all of these workbenches that they have set up. So that is one dilemma about this game, is there's so many different workbenches to actually use and make and everything. But it's still really cool. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about as far as, maybe the first couple of levels and getting up to level 15. And then I'll probably do another video about, getting past level 15 and beyond, about what you could use and do and whatnot. I did want to talk about return. Oh, there we go. So the tech tree points you will continue to get past level 50. So stuff that you maybe wanted to look at before and didn't think about too much, you can always go back later and learn it because you'll keep getting tech points. The talents, on the other hand, are capped. So you only have a certain number of talents to spec into. Uh, and of course, if you're playing solo, you have the solo tech tree um, and whatnot. But the talents, I usually go for the bows right off the bat. I've heard that spears are actually really good. Um, and then you have knives. But it's pretty much what you would prefer to play as. Guns, of course, are not really useful because it's mainly into tier 3 is when you can finally make your first gun, so that's well above level 30. And it's like, is it really worth making the gun? Especially if you've done a lot of the skills in the bow, you're pretty much, going to rock any animal that comes with you, that comes by you if you've spec'd into the bow pretty much, or even in the spears, or if you love the hand-to-hand combat, you can do blades. They do have building stuff that's actually pretty cool. I've checked some of it out. The repair talent tree, I wouldn't even bother. Some of the tools are pretty cool, especially the wear rate or the cost of reduces the cost of crafting tools, which is pretty good. I do like the building. Some of the stuff reduces the cost of the building, so I have done that as well. Um, but yeah, it's pretty much whatever you want to try to do. They do have an website you could go to actually like spend points in and like see like, okay, well, if I want this, this, and this, what else can I put points into, type of thing. Um, so I would definitely check out that website to help you with your talents. But your survival and combat are probably going to be your main two talent trees to do stuff in. Resources is always good. Right now, since the ore is not really responding in the open world, I think it does after like a certain amount of time has passed, like a week, 2 weeks, it might respawn. Don't know. They're still working all the kinks out with the open world, of course. Um, but yeah, you definitely want to get, since the metal doesn't respawn. This is definitely one thing that people are trying to get to. That's really cool. And then the season logman is really good. Of course, minus and or plus and carry weight capacity is always good, always a plus. They do have the explorations pretty cool. The desert and the Arctic and the forest masters are really cool. I kind of like those. I've done some different builds and they definitely do help. They do have stuff that helps with you with the storms, I think it is. Yeah, movement speed and the storms, I think. If I can find it. Oh, yep, they changed it. Yep. So it's not too bad. I would definitely stick to either the cooking and farming thing if I'm done with the resource, or the hunting, because you're going to be doing a lot of hunting anyway. So there's a lot of cool talents in the hunting. Um, I usually try to get more collecting as well as more stamina. I think this one's the stamina. Increases your max stamina, which is really good. Um, Seeing the creature's health, which is really good. Um, those are just a few. And then usually the one thing that I do, I know they have the ice box for storing food and stuff. But I usually do this. It slows your food slows decay in your inventory. This is something that I really love because this helps out so much with the food spoiling in your inventory, so you don't have to always have it in the ice box. I usually always carry food on me just to either re-up the buffs or whatnot, but this definitely helps a lot. And of course they have this one. It basically lasts, the food buffs actually last longer. So up there it is. Food affects duration. So that's that. They also have that in the solo talent. I think it's right here. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff in the solo talent that you could actually do as well that would help out. Um, and so, anyway, guys, yep, that was pretty much all I wanted to talk about with Icarus. One other thing. So, in the open world, you are not able to get exotics, or I don't even think you're allowed to get credits. I could be mistaken on that, but I think the only way you can actually get exotics and the credits is by actually doing missions. So you have to do the missions if you want to get, you know, to actually get stuff in the workshop. And yeah, I haven't done all of them yet, so still working through it. I played since beta and just, you know, lost track of what I was doing a lot with it. But anyway, guys, yep, just wanted to give you a few tips and pointers, and hopefully that helps. And I will see all of you next time.